Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Amanda in the Dallas, Texas suburbs in Zone 8A, and I am going to give you the 6th garden tour of the season. So let's get started. As we walk in, we have our arch of the grapes. So the grapevines are doing amazing. They're growing really, really well. I do still have grapes over here. They haven't changed very much. They're still like little marbles, not even marble size yet. So I have my sugar baby bush watermelon, which is growing well, and I thought I was going to like pull these or transplant them, but I have such a hard time, and I know I'm probably going to kick myself for not doing it. I probably will pull out at least one of them. I don't think I can have 3 watermelon plants in this one container. It'll just go everywhere. But they are growing well. My tomatoes definitely have seen better days. This Italian heirloom tomato has not produced any tomatoes on it, so I think it just got too hot before it could set fruit. This is another single. You can see I have some that can be picked on here. My rainbow bell pepper is almost ready. You can see that it's actually starting to turn red, so maybe I do need to pick it soon. My potatoes over here are starting to turn brown. I'm kind of waiting for like maybe some of the stems to also turn brown before I harvest these. My early sensation pepper, still growing. My jalapeno, I do have a little jalapeno on there. My Mamma Mia Rosso pepper, these are pretty big. I'm quite surprised how big these are. They're supposed to turn red, so I haven't harvested any of these yet. The habanada pepper, which is like the habanero but not hot. I have one right here. The nata pino, I have lots of nata pinos on here. The right on red pepper, I do have one growing right here and one up here as well. My shishito pepper has lots on there. I think I left this red one on there a little too long. It looks pretty wrinkly, so I probably need to be harvesting a lot of these. This is my mini bell pepper, but it has not produced anything yet. I have my spaghetti squash over here. I did wrap the stem with foil to try to prevent the squash vine borers from getting it. So I'm just going to trellis this up here. And this one I just poked around the grow bag because it won't fit inside of it. I just put it around it. Hopefully that'll work. I do have a few onions left. That's on my to-do list to get these out and clear this up. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this basil, but I love basil, so I'm just going to leave it for now. My Roma tomato has a ton of tomatoes that need to be harvested. Container's choice. I have a tomato that's blushing in the back over here, which means it's starting to turn red. So I could definitely pick that and let it ripen on the counter. My Paul Robeson. So excited to have more Paul Robeson, my favorite tomato that I've grown so far, so can't wait to be able to eat that one. My lemon boy over here is definitely falling over, but it kind of outgrew its trellising system, but as you can see it has lots of brown leaves. I think it's just the sun. And this is why I'm starting new seeds for the fall. So I have one that could probably be harvested there. So my Brandywine has definitely seen better days. It is looking pretty sad. I think I'm going to be pulling this one out soon. It does have a little bit of a red tomato, but I'm pretty sure this tomato is bad, so I'm not even sure if I'm willing to try it. Black Beauty is doing well. The San Marzano, still I think I might have blossom end rot on these. We'll see. Sun Gold still produces, but not as heavily as it did before. The Dr. White Cheese or Witchies is growing pretty good now. And what is this one? The Carbon tomato is growing. Still have not had any tomatoes on these. The hybrid greenhouse tomato is doing okay. This is another Paul Robeson. Have another one on there. Have a Roma tomato over here. They're still not ready to harvest over here. And the Rio Grande, man, this one is loaded. Unfortunately, the ones I've tasted so far have not tasted very well. So I don't know if I'm going to like these. Hopefully these taste better. Maybe it was just a fluke. I think this is another Sun Gold. And then what is this one? This is another Paul Robeson. So I do have a tomato on there. And then this is the newest addition. This is a Gala apple tree. that I named Lion, and my friend gave it to me, so this was planted this week. I will link the video of the planting in the iCards above. Hopefully you'll recover from the shock of being shipped and planted. This green stalk, oh my goodness. I have some pepper. I did see some peppers on here, but look at these tomatillos. Like, they are just growing and growing. I have so many large tomatillos growing on here. So I'm excited to be able to try tomatillos. And this actually has worked out really well for the tomatillos. I was a little bit afraid that it was going to be too awkward having something so tall in the screen stock, but these supports really help kind of keep it contained. It's worked out really well. My herb green stock is doing fairly well. My dill is not doing great. It's drying out. It's just so hot here. But my mint seems to love it. Now my strawberries, I've been having lots of little strawberries in this green stock. Now, not on the strawberry wall, but here I've been having lots, and I still have not bagged these. Usually in the mornings when I'm watering, I just pick off the ripe ones and eat them while I'm watering. My strawberry watermelon plant is doing okay. So this one looks to be thriving, and I think this other one that was all brown is bouncing back. It does have some green leaves on it. And the bananas, it seems like almost every day when I come out, there's a new leaf curling up and coming out. Bananas grow from the center, so it's a new leaf, new leaf, new leaf, new leaf. And of course, that's where the bananas will also come from as well. So I am quite happy with how these bananas are doing right now. My basil over here is just, it's a bunch. I really need to make a lot of pesto, I think. And my vines over here are doing well. I have a melon down here, and I'm just waiting for the tendril that's right next to the melon to turn brown before I harvest. And as I mentioned, my strawberries, I did prune the strawberries, but they're still not producing anything. So I don't know, maybe I need to try a fertilizer. Oh, I see a bloom over here. So maybe I'll get some more strawberries. Yeah, there's a couple of blooms. So let's take a look at some of these other melons. So here's a melon. I have a melon over here. This one I'm thinking is probably getting close because I see this little tendril right over here that's brown. So I might be able to harvest this one. I don't know. I might give it another day. Oh, am I smelling it? A little bit. And then I have this melon, which really just kind of took off. I was not expecting this melon to grow quite as fast as it did. But you can see the tendril is still green up here. I'm gonna have more melons up here as well. Oh, look at this melon. Forgot about this one. This one's turned orange. So this one is going to be ready really soon because it just falls off the vine when it's done. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be falling off in the next day. My Armenian yardlongs, I have so many of them, but look at these. And there's even one hiding back here. And then I have up here, let's see, there's another one up here. Lots of Armenian yardlongs. I am just loving this arch. The canopy is amazing. Even in the hot heat of the day, I can come here and it's a few degrees cooler under this small arch than it is outside. So it is pretty fun. I have another large Armenian yardlong over here. And I have a melon over here as well. The aloe continues to do well. And the flowers just kind of hanging in there. The petunias are doing better than the other ones. So the old garden bed, my orange hat tomato is doing quite well. See, I have a couple that can be harvested from there. My corn, growing tall. As you can see, I poked some of the tassels through, but this is like a double layered chicken wires and they don't line up. So it's kind of hard to get the tassels through. And so I don't know, I might have just killed my corn chances. So basically the pollen from the tassel drops down to the silk of the corn cob, and each silk represents one kernel on the cob. And so the pollen has to get from the tassel down to the silk on the cob. And it can cross-pollinate between different corn. So hopefully I will get some corn. I don't know. I thought I would try it in here. If it works, we'll see. Look, I just saw this. I have my first corn cob. It's starting right here. I just noticed that. Pretty awesome. I'll be really disappointed if I don't get any corn. The flowers over here, and of course the yellow, these were yellow. I'm not really sure why they're turning kind of pink, but yellow pink flowers are doing quite well. This one still is struggling, even though there's lots of buds on it. So I'm hoping maybe it will bloom again. Over here, the flowers are still blooming. Some of them are having a little rough time with the heat, but they are sticking around. In this flower bed, I have some blooming of these flowers. I have some zinnias that are coming up, and my cosmos doing well. Of course, I still have basil and Swiss chard in here. The blackberries over here, lots of blooms. I'm really hoping I get some more blackberries. They're actually tolerating this full Texas heat really well. So this is the baby cakes blackberry. So if you live in Texas or have lots of full sun, these things are doing quite well in the full sun here. This one, I replanted cantaloupe in here just yesterday. I put some cantaloupe seeds. And this is my surprise squash or melon plant. I'm not really sure what it is. I'm hoping it's a cantaloupe, but I don't really know. So this is the one that had the aphid. So we'll see what's going on with that one. So since we planted the tree over where I had these tomatoes, I had to relocate some of my tomatoes. So I moved some of my grow bags over here. So I have a Rosy French tomato, which I have not had any tomatoes off of this particular plant yet. And the Viva Italian tomato, still no tomatoes off this plant either. And then I do have, that's the mystery one, the one I don't know what it is. And this is a Container's Choice that has some tomatoes on it. And then my orange hat, this is the one very heavy producers. Another Rosy Finch. And this is the Rosy Finch tomato, and I have gotten several tomatoes off that plant. My Spanish peanuts, I really just don't think they're going to grow very well. I really think I probably should have mulched them. I should have given them a different soil. And my potatoes over here are kind of falling into my Spanish peanuts. But these are actually doing quite well. I guess the potato coverage has given them some shade, and now they're growing okay. So my tomatillos over here are growing not as well as the ones in the green stalk. But I did see a couple of husk on here, like right there. I don't see any, oh, there is a large one over here. Right here. There's a large one right over here. Ooh, there's a cicada killer. Oh, goodness. So these are my potatoes, and they're turning brown, which is expected. That's what potatoes do after they blossom. I'm just waiting a little bit longer. I'm kind of waiting for some stems to turn brown because I really want some larger potatoes. So I'm just waiting it out a little bit longer. I keep saying in a week or two I'm going to be harvesting these, and I really hope that's true. This flower bed, these zinnias are loving it over here. So pretty, so beautiful. I really love these flowers. And I don't know why I try any other flowers. The other flowers still not doing great over here. They're little stumps or something, or didn't even sprout. But zinnias always seem to do well. I have only planted zinnias here one other year, and they did really well that year. So I don't know why I tried anything else. So over here, my flowers are blooming and looking pretty good. And of course, my begonias still hanging in there, looking pretty nice. And the same thing on this side. I really love the begonias. I think they're so pretty. And over here, these starting to bloom a little bit. And then I think my petunias aren't very happy over here. I'm not getting a lot of blooms anymore on this one. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified when I post new videos.